I get calls ranging from dough not rising, to dough balls blowing up in the dough trays, or bland crust, or even blistered crust. Now, I don't know if I've seen it all, but I have seen a lot. If you have experienced any of these problems, and trust me, most pizza operators have, it could be that you don't have control over your temperature of your dough. Understanding the importance of dough temperature and how to control it batch after batch is an important step in putting you in control of your dough. When I talk about dough temperature, I'm talking about the temperature of your dough once it is done being mixed. To find the temperature, take the dough from the mixer, put it on your bench, and stick a thermometer in it. You want to measure and record dough temperature of every batch. And try to get it to be consistent batch after batch. Why? It's all about fermentation. Fermentation is the heart of the dough making process. It pumps the dough full of flavor. It makes the dough rise. It allows the dough to stretch. Fermentation is the key to making a great dough, and dough temperature is the key to controlling fermentation. Studies have shown that an 18-degree increase in dough temperature can double fermentation activity. That means that a hot dough will expand twice as fast and can blow up in your dough trays. It also means the crust won't rise in the oven, and it may bake out pale. The opposite is true as well. A cold dough ball will not expand. It will be very difficult to stretch, and it will blister in the oven. So, what is the ideal temperature for your dough? Well, dough temperatures can vary depending on your crust style, quality attributes, and production schedule. But a good starting point for a refrigerated pizza dough is to target between 78 and 82 degrees. So, how do you get to that? Well, dough temperature is affected by 4 main factors: the temperature of the room you're mixing in, the flour, the water, and the temperature increase created while mixing the dough. We call that bowl friction. In a perfect world, if all these temperatures stayed the same, your dough temperatures would stay consistent as well. But you know what it's like. The shop is much cooler in the morning before we fire up the ovens. And have you ever noticed how cold flour can be during the wintertime when it comes directly off the truck? Bottom line is, all these temperature factors can change, but there is one factor you can easily control: water. Learning how to adjust water temperature to obtain your ideal dough temperature will put you in control of your dough. Let me walk you through a little equation that explains how we get to the needed water temperature. For this example, I want to target an ideal temperature of 80 degrees. I know that there are 3 temperature factors that I can't necessarily control: room temperature, flour temperature, and bowl friction. Because there are 3 factors, I multiply 80 by 3 and get a value of 240. Now hang with me here. Next, I want to measure the actual temperature of these 3 factors and subtract them from 240. So you've checked the flour and it's 79 degrees. The thermometer on the wall reads 75 degrees. What about bowl friction? How do you measure that? We're going to use 30 degrees as a good estimate. And just relax and trust me on that one. Now, there is a way to calculate this, but I don't want to lose you. You can call me later to figure that out, but 30 will be good for most of you. So, 240 minus 79 minus 75 minus 30 gives me 56. Guess what? 56 degrees is the temperature of the water you need to get an 80-degree dough. See, those high school math skills have finally come in handy. Now, I know at first glance this may seem a bit overwhelming, but the more you work with it, the easier it will get. For those of you that don't want to do any math at all, I've created a cheat sheet for calculating water temperatures. This chart assumes targeting an 80-degree dough and a 30-degree friction factor. All I need to do is measure the flour temperature and cross-reference with the room temperature, and there it is. The water temperature I need to achieve an 80-degree dough is revealed. If you want a copy of this handy and easy-to-use chart, just send $10 cash to my attention, P.O. Box 1231. No, I'm just kidding. You can get it on our website, or just give us a call. My hope is that in understanding dough temperatures and being able to control them by adjusting your water temperatures, you'll be well on your way to improving your product consistency and controlling your dough.